Good morning, everyone. It's a hot and sultry day, but you know what? It doesn't stop the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce and Craig Siegel to help you grow your business. Sultry is good. Hot is good. Hot means, you know what? Hot leads, hot business, grow your business. And that's what we're going to do. So we've been doing a lot of webinars with Craig. Fabulous energy, fabulous insight on, just little things that you probably knew in the back of your head on what, how to communicate with businesses. We talk a lot, which is my hot spot, and my love is the law of attraction. And when you talk about positive energy, it comes back to you. And I'm just going to turn it over to Craig because he's the king of positive energy, law of attraction. And when we talk about these are things that will, bring more awareness to you when you are trying to figure out different strategies on retaining your business, retaining your clients. We've been doing our online networking Tuesdays at 10 o'clock. By the way, they are, when it's hot out, join us. It's great. But we talk, a lot of people right now has shifted. The marketing has shifted. During COVID, it was all social media. Now we're finding it's nurturing those business connections that you have. So right now, that's what we're going to be talking about, customer relation management. I'm going to turn it over to Craig. There is a chat going on. Put your information in the chat. Craig is interactive. So if you have a question, it will pop up. I will monitor it. But you know what? He usually is watching this. So put your questions in the chat. It is being recorded. It will be on Chamber TV. And I'm turning it over to Craig. Nice to see you, Craig.
Unbelievable to see you. No place I'd rather be. Thank you for the handoff, for the introduction. I love you guys. I love coming here. And as it turns out, I'm a bit of a regular now. So I'm super pumped for today, guys. And in case you had any doubt, you are exactly where you are supposed to be right now. For the next hour, let's connect to the energy. Let's be an unbelievably powerful collective consciousness. Let's drop some nuggets. Let's get weird and let's have some fun. If you guys are cool with that, let me see you write I dig in the chats. This is going to be very interactive today. This is not just your typical keynote speech. Let's see it. I love it. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. And we're going to do a little giveaway, as I always like to do. For the person who is the most engaging, I'm going to send a signed copy of my Wall Street Journal bestselling book to you, and invite you to one of our group calls too. How do you win? Just be the MVP today. Engage, participate, all that stuff. And all you have to do is text me your favorite nugget after, and you'll qualify to win. No catch. Let's have some fun. All right, guys. So we're going to talk about a lot of really cool, practical topics that I'm here to speak about today, such as the importance of nurturing business relationships, right? Um, how to continue to cultivate existing clients and have them go deeper with you, practical strategies to retain them, and one of my personal favorites, finding win-win solutions in every interaction. But before we get into all that, we're going to get a little weird because I'm a big believer, guys, that if you want to go higher, you got to go deeper. So I'm going to kick it off with some spirituality and some stuff, which I think is actually the real needle movers in life, business fulfillment, money, relationships, all that stuff. And then I'm going to segue into the practicality and some of the topics that we just spoke about. All right, guys. Sheila, great to see you. Love it. Okay. All right, guys. So here we go. In regards to what does it really take to be successful? Erica's already MVP candidate. Love it. Love to see the chats. What does it really take to be successful in life? Well, I think that you have to have an unbelievable, unwavering desire a desire to achieve whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish, right? Because if two people have the same goal and person A, their desire is about 7 out of 10 and very talented, and person B with the same goal is a lot less talented, but their desire is 10 out of 10, who do you think is going to achieve the goal faster? Say probably the person with the burning desire, right? Because they could be resourceful, they have grit, they have resilience, they're motivated, etc. So now, how do we awaken a desire for a specific goal that we have? And guys, we're talking business today, but just please understand this is applicable for your soulmate, the career of your dreams, reinventing yourself, starting a brand, relationships of any sort, money, and everything in between. You see, Eric, I like what you wrote. I'm going to come back to that. Desperation is coming from a consciousness of lack. So while you can achieve something, it won't be sustainable. You want to come from that abundant mindset, and I'll explain, right? The nature of our desires determines the quality of energy that we draw into our lives, right? So human beings are born with desire, and it is our driving force in life. But without a consciousness, our desire becomes passive. And guys, if I go too deep off the reservoir, just let me know and wheel me back in. But I think this is the good stuff. And you know, when Helena is talking about like law of attraction, stuff like that, this is the stuff that I know sets her soul on fire as well. Okay. So I just want to ask you guys straight out the gate, and let's be very vulnerable today. There's no safer place to be on the planet right now than just us. Okay. What area of your life has become stagnant? And if you're feeling frisky, I'd love to see you participate in the chats. What area of your life has become stagnant? Sonny, great to see you. Okay, great, guys. So first of all, I want to acknowledge you guys for participating and being transparent and vulnerable. This is where the magic happens. Okay. If something is stagnant, that means there's not a big enough desire or energy for it. Because if there was, it wouldn't be stagnant. Is that fair to say? It's interesting, right? It's like, aren't people typically in the best shape of their life like 6 months before a wedding, right? Or a few months after? Because they have this burning desire, unmatched, to look unbelievable on their wedding day, right? But what if you had that desire all the time? And I don't just mean for being in the best physical shape of your life, but for everything that you were looking to accomplish in your life. How much abundance would you have? Right? So, what are some ways that we can start pursuing the desires of our soul? Well, oftentimes it comes down to doing something that you haven't done before that might serve your spiritual growth. Maybe it's to pursue a hidden passion. Maybe you always wanted to paint or play an instrument. Express your love in other ways. The desire for growth, purpose, love, and a lasting connection, guys, is available. But what you desire is what you inevitably connect to in life. So if there are things that you have burning desires for, let's get curious as to why and pursue those. And I know that there's a lot of people that say, well, Craig, easy for you to say you finally found your calling. The pandemic, I make a long story short, I left Wall Street after 13 years, started my CLS brand, personal development, speaking all over the world, Wall Street Journal best-selling book, The Reinvention Formula, big podcast, all that stuff. Took me 35 years, right? But my desire was for personal development. I was obsessed with it. And when I got really quiet and connected to it, I realized that's much more than just a passion. I think this might be my assignment. And because the desire was so strong, I got curious about it, turned it into a brand, and my life has never been the same since. This is my full-time career. Interestingly enough, I'm making more money now than I made on Wall Street, but that wasn't the intention. It's just a byproduct. And I'm having more fun making impact contributing. Also got engaged, getting married in 2 months. It was a total life transformation because I connected to my calling, my desires. And if there are some things in our life that we should have more of a desire for, give yourself grace. Don't beat yourself up, guys. If you don't have the desire for it, if you at least have the desire to have the desire, then we can work with that. We could set a goal, we can awaken it, we can create actionable steps, we can create a stronger connection and why and so forth, and we can begin to attack that. But I think I just wanted to kick off today because this was on my heart, is to the best way to achieve anything that we want is to have a burning desire for it. If there are certain things that we already have burning desires for, let's get really curious about those things and see what else might be there. What else is possible? Something I love to encourage everybody to always ask themselves. And someone please write this in the chats. What else is possible? And on the flip side, if there are things that you probably should spend more of a focus on, let's say you just want to be in better shape, not for vanity, but just for, to stay around longer, let's awaken a desire for that. All right, guys? Desire is very, 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 very powerful. And our soul came to this world to expand. It wants to keep growing, right? On the contrary, one thing that your soul resents is contracting. I know this because that was me for 13 years on Wall Street, right? As it turns out, there's a lot more to life than just making money. And so my soul was being boxed in and I started to become depressed, resentful, out of alignment, right? But when I considered what else is possible and began to connect to what I love, which is personal development, helping people, that's when my soul began to expand and everything opened up for myself. All right, guys. So I want to tell a quick story, and then we're going to get into some of the relationship building and creating win-win scenarios. Are you guys cool if I tell a quick story? Let me know in the chats. Write yes or yes. Did I mention that I'm very weird? For 35 years, I was inauthentic. I was showing up to the world as trying to be something that I really wasn't. When I finally had the courage to be myself, guys, and I started CLS and leaned into this, I made one promise to myself that for the first time, I would show up to the world as my strange, weird, unique, authentic cat that I am. And I understand that I won't be for everybody, and that's okay. Right? You don't even want to be. And I'll hit you with something really, 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 really deep real quick. And I'm not going to go too much into it. If you want to, I will come back to it a little bit later. Right? And that is this. If you leave this world and every single person loved you, I know for certain that you're coming back. Because everyone in the world should not love you unless you're being a people pleaser, which I was for quite some time. But if you're really living and you're authentic and you're speaking your voice and your truth and you're shaking things up and you're leaving your comfort zone, you won't be for everybody. And that's a good thing. It's not that we want to have people that don't like us, but the reality is when you stand for something, not everybody will agree to it. And I just want to encourage you guys to be your true authentic self because the gifts that you have that were given to you are yours and yours alone. They're unique to you. And it's on us to express those to the world and hopefully use it for our career and to make a lot of money unapologetically doing so. I mean, I like that one. Okay. I wasn't sure how you guys were going to receive that because it's very deep, right? So if you leave this world, right, and everybody loved you, I know for certain that you're coming right back because something needs to be corrected there. I don't know if I've ever said anything that deep on the chamber. So I'm really pumped that you guys are receiving that well. Very, very deep stuff. But we're here to correct our negative tendencies and, to transform in life. All of us have things that need to be transformed. Trust me, nobody's perfect. Um, and if everybody loved you, it's impossible to say that you stood for something very unique because when you do that, not everybody's going to agree. And when you speak your true, authentic voice, creator, whatever you believe in, universe, higher energy, that's what they want to see. They want to see you be you, not try to please everybody. All right, guys. All right, story time. And then we're going to get into the practicality. And guys, also, if you like inspirational nuggets throughout the week, we have a free texting community where we send out nugget strategies throughout the week, no problem. Feel free to join. I know every time I come on, a bunch of you join. I'll just put the number in the chat. All you have to do is text it, and you'll be entered. And just send out some free nuggets, mindset shifts throughout the week, and just a way I can help people. All right, guys. So here's the story. A man wakes up in the morning and decides to go fishing. He goes to the dock, sits down, pulls out his fishing line, and throws it in. On the dock, there's another fisherman who seems to be catching quite a few fish. But with every fish this fisherman catches, he takes it to the side of the dock where there is a ruler. After measuring each fish, he keeps some and throws back others. After observing this behavior for some time, the first man approaches the other fisherman. He says, "Hey, what's up? Why are you throwing some fish back and keeping others? What gives? What are you looking for?" The other fisherman replies, "I've got a 12-inch pot in my house. The only fish I keep are the ones under 12 inches. Fish that are bigger can't use, so I throw them away." Like this fisherman, we often limit ourselves without even realizing it. We're trying to fit the universe's infinite abundance into our small pot. The universe wants to give you everything, but we can't receive all that is available to us. However, what would happen if we expanded our vessel instead of placing limits on our abundance? You see, my friends, we can get so much more in our lives if we become more. I'm amazed sometimes by how small, how limited our thinking can be. Take me, for example. 13 years on Wall Street, I didn't consider that there was a different choice. What else is possible? Different narrative. I thought that was a ceiling for me. when someone asks us what we want out of the whole universe, we often find ourselves saying that we just, this one little thing, I just want $1 million, or just one, soulmate, just this or that. My friends, it's time to upgrade our vessel in order to receive more by acknowledging what truly gives us fulfillment. And so, what I'm inviting you guys to do is to expand who you are, who you already are, expand that, the container, what you can receive, in order to achieve a lasting flow of fulfillment. Not the fleeting variety that lets us down again and again, like external things, like a business deal or, a great massage or a smoothie. Those are great things. I don't want to take anything away from them, but they're sparks of joy. What we're all looking for is lasting fulfillment, impact, contribution, money. Right, guys? This wisdom, these nuggets, expanding our vessel, it encourages us to come together as one, to use our connection. You want to expand the wattage of your bulb. Everyone's always looking for everything else out there that they need to chase, more money, more strategies, more marketing, more sales. Yes, that's all good, but it's already there for us. The money, the market, you don't have to create it. It's already there. The clients that you guys are looking for, it's already there. So we have to expand our vessel to be able to receive what is already here and now. One of the ways we do that is from cultivating a knowing. Having confidence is great. And then there's a knowing, a trusting, a connection. I choose not to put anything on you guys, like in regards to religion, spirituality, any of that stuff. But I imagine all of us believe that there's something else going on here. I like to say, like, when someone says, what is spirituality? I like to answer that means that you believe that there's something happening here beyond our logic. And if you can connect to that, you can cultivate a knowing, and we can expand our vessel, and we can begin to receive much, much more. And make no mistake about it, guys. You should unapologetically yearn and desire to have it all. The career that you absolutely love, the impact on the world, all the wealth and money, the great relationships, the fulfillment and the fun. That's what Creator, God, universe, Hanukkah, Harry, whatever your thing is, wants you to have. It wants you to receive that. So let's stay connected. All right, guys. I know we got a little deep right out the gate, but I think it's important that we all realize that we do have a vessel and we don't have to go chase more. We have to learn how to become more. And as soon as we could start doing that today, we could start receiving more. And it's a beautiful thing. All right, guys. So just let me know real quick in the comments if I'm totally off the reservoir and I lost you guys, or we're just getting warmed up. And now we're going to dive into some practicality with relationships and win-wins. But I just want to know. Okay, good. I don't know who the PPS instructor is, but I love it. How are we feeling, guys, so far? We're just getting warmed up. Don, great to meet you. Erica, you're the best. Okay. Love it, guys. Awakening the desire and expanding our vessel. That's when the magic happens. Abundance, miracles, money, all that stuff. Thank you, guys. Okay, cool. Off to a great start. Now we're going to dive into some of the practicality, guys. All right. So let's talk about nurturing relationships with some of our existing clients and maybe some strategies for retention, which is the best way to do business, is to retain your already existing clients. Would that be a helpful topic for you guys? Let me know in the chats. Just write a yes or yes. I love you guys. You're on fire. Unbelievable energy today from the group. All right, let's dive in. Okay. First and foremost, guys, why is client retention so significant for your business? Did you know that it costs 5 times more to acquire a new customer than it does to retain an existing one? That's a pretty crazy stat. So retaining clients not only saves costs, but it also leads to increased profitability and stability for your business. And get this. Wow, that's crazy. I'm just reading some of the chats. You guys are on fire. Loyal clients are more likely to purchase additional products or services and even refer other people. So they sell for you. And this creates a very positive cycle of growth. So I just want to run that back so you guys really digest that. If you have an existing client as opposed to a newbie, the existing client is more likely to do other things with you and refer you to other people than the new client, which is also great, but you got to kind of start from the beginning and earn their trust again. Right? So how do we nurture our clients? Well, I'm not sure if there's anything more important than building trust and loyalty. Trust is literally the foundation of any successful relationship, intimate, business, anything in between, right? And especially with your clients. So by being consistent and transparent, guys, and communicating effectively, you can build a strong sense of trust, right? Even if something happened, let's just say there was an error or you messed up with something. That is most people get scared. They want to duck their client, dodge them, hide. That is actually such a great opportunity to reach out proactively, spiritually speaking. When you transform from reactive to proactively, you're very connected, blessings, miracles, and reach out to the client, say, hey, I just wanted to give you a heads up, be transparent. This is what happened. Here's what I believe the solve is, and this is what I'm about to do. I just wanted to let you know. People have done that to me, and I value it so much. As opposed to if somebody messes up in some way, and then I have to chase them, that's the worst. So an error, something like that, that happens, guys. We're all having a human experience. But let's be proactive. Let's communicate what happened and what the solve is. When it comes to loyalty, loyalty is cultivated by going above and beyond to meet and exceed client expectations. And guys, let me know if you agree. When you feel valued and seen, how much more likely are you going to remain loyal to someone else's brand? So I just want to run that back. Let's say you're a client of someone else, right? When that person keeps going above and beyond for you, and you feel very valued and seen and respected and taken care of, you feel like a priority, right? How much more likely are you going to stay with that person or that organization? I don't know about you, but if I'm being taken care of, I'll stay with that person forever. Like I had a barber for 10 years right here in New York City, and I just got a fresh hairpiece this morning just for you guys. I call my haircut my hairpiece. My mom always gets mad. She's like, Craig, stop saying you have a hairpiece. People are going to think you're wearing a toupee. I'm just weird, and I refer to my haircut as a hairpiece. So that's that. So I had a barber for 10 years. I went there once and they took care of me. And then after 10 years, I didn't actually like the way they were treating me. And I feel like they didn't really appreciate me. I'm probably their best customer. I come twice a week. And they just tried to raise their price on me and this and that. And I didn't like the way that they communicated with me. And then I finally left and went to a different barber who I now love. But I would have stayed there forever if I just felt valued and seen and taken care of. right? And it's not even about money, at least in my opinion. When someone respects you and they take care of you and they treat you like a priority, you don't want to go anywhere else. So I encourage you guys to take that approach with your clients. It's also very, very, very important, guys, to understand your client's needs. In order to truly nurture a relationship, it is absolutely imperative to understand what the client needs and some of their preferences, right? So, how do we do that? And you guys know I'm very interactive. I'd love to see where you guys are at in the chats right now. What is something that you might do to get a temperature check or to make sure that you understand your client's need and preferences? And if you guys don't know, that's okay too, but let's take a shot. Don't be shy. Step out of your comfort zone, participate. Lou, great one. Love it. Ooh, PPS instructors on fire. Love it, guys. These are all great answers. Love it. You guys nailed it, right? So regularly gathering feedback and making adjustments based on their input. I have so many clients, guys, I coach high level people and so forth, one-on-one in a group setting. So many people are afraid to ask their clients for feedback because they're afraid that it might not be super positive. And I cannot stress enough, if a client has feedback that's not super positive, change the conversation in your head to say, whoa, what an unbelievable opportunity for me to improve that so that I can begin to deliver an even more satisfying experience moving forward. Because if you can't see it, you can't change it. It's not personal, it's just feedback. It's not good or bad. Don't be afraid to ask for that. And then we can make adjustments based on their input. Surveys are good too, doing polls, collecting data. I can't tell you how many times we send out weekly emails, guys. If you want to hop on, you can. We send out like nuggets throughout the week via email. Alex, you can drop a link so they can sign up. And oftentimes I'll ask the audience, the community, what do you guys want to see more of? Is it mindset? Is it business strategies? Is it cultivating clarity? Is it spirituality? And sometimes the data is something that I did not expect, but then I utilize that to start inputting that so I can give everyone what they're looking for. It's very helpful, right? These types of personalized services, guys, it shows your clients that you care about their unique situation. And you know what this leads to? Stronger relationships and higher retention rates. Sheila, I love it. Great to see you. Helena's on fire as always. All right, guys. So this is how you go the extra mile with these situations. Another step, not to be overlooked, you must provide absolutely exceptional customer service. This is a key difference maker, guys, in today's very competitive market. Ensure that your team is prompt and effective in responding to client inquiries, right? We typically have the 24-hour rule with our team, meaning if somebody gets us with something, hopefully we can respond quickly, but we obviously have a lot of things going on, but at least worst case scenario within 24 hours, right? This way you can proactively address potential issues before they become problems, right? And when you address things, you feel seen, you feel taken care of, you feel like a priority. Client retention. Is this helpful, guys? Let me know in the chats. If it's helpful, write yes or I dig. Let's go deeper. Love you guys. You guys are on fire. You guys are making my morning. All right. Very consistent communication, guys, is key. Maintaining regular communication with your clients. This will help keep them engaged, informed, right? We have our team on here today, Alex and Joe, who are in the chats, and they're dropping some stuff in the chats. They constantly reach out to community, asking how they could be of service and so forth. Would it help you if? Another great line. Someone please write that in the chats. Always say to your clients or reach out to really anyone in your network, would it help you if? And then you can list something that you think might help them. If I introduce you to so-and-so, if I open up a spot to have you as a client, whatever the case may be, would it help you if? Right, guys? And you can do this periodically, like these types of check-ins and reaching out and getting a temperature check through many different vehicles, right? You can do it through email, phone call, social media, texting, whatever's good for you. Consistency is the name of the game. This will also not only keep your company top of mind, but it also demonstrates your unwavering commitment to their success. And I got to tell you guys, now you get me fired up. I've had a couple situations recently where we hired people like to do some of our content or a little bit of a marketing campaign, and they're not very engaging. Like, I shouldn't have to call someone that's working for me for content to let them know that something performed very well. They should be reaching out to me. Hey, this just performed really well. We're going to start doing this. I want to feel engaged, not like, oh, I'll check in with you, once a week, once a month. I'll let you know how we're doing. I don't feel warm and fuzzy that way. I don't know about you guys. I don't need every day, but keep me in the loop. Make me feel something, right? So that showcases an unwavering commitment, guys, to their success. How are we feeling, guys? Good? I know that we're kind of going through a lot today, right? Went through the spirituality, awakening desires, expanding our vessel, being more, client retention. I want to open it up for some Q&A as we get closer to the end, but I really wanted to discuss today how to find win-win solutions in every interaction, because I think that's a game changer, especially for building your network and cultivating strategic relationships. Would you guys be interested in covering win-win solutions? Let me know in the chat. Elena's on fire. This might be the most engaged group ever, Elena. Unbelievable. If you guys think Helena is on absolute fire, let her know in the chats as well. Love it. Good. Good. All right, let's get into it, guys. What is a win-win solution? Let's start with that, right? Well, first, we have to change the conversations in our head and have a mindset shift. It's an abundance mindset, right? It's moving from competitive to cooperative. I want to run that back. It's moving from competitive to cooperative, collaboration. And guys, just to give you a little background, I started CLS about 4 years ago now, from scratch, no laptop, no celebrity friends, no connections. Now we have one of the biggest podcasts in the world. And people always ask me, how did you create this network? How you followed and have all these guests on your show, from Hollywood actors to entrepreneurs to athletes and everything in between? Well, when I was doing reach out in the beginning, we would create win-win scenarios, right? And then obviously a couple people said yes. And then we leverage those guests to get new guests, Lisa Silverstone, Suzanne Summers, Ed Milet, Dean Graziosi, Daryl Strawberry, Doc Gooden, and the list goes on. But you have to start somewhere by creating a win-win so they see the benefit, especially when you have nothing right in the beginning. And then you start leveraging that and you continue. And now all the celebrities come to us when they want to promote something. But it didn't start that way. So I'm going to tell you guys exactly how I did that. All right. So there's got to be a mutual respect and an understanding when we're creating win-wins. Right. So let's get into it. It's the old scarcity versus abundance mindset. If I'm going to reach out to someone because I want them to do something or collaborate with me in some capacity, that's only half the battle. I also need to be thinking about what can I offer this person so that they see the benefit of collaborating with me. Especially if you guys are just starting out or you're just getting momentum. And let's say you want some big clients or you want some big collaborations or connections or relationships. How can you position that where you can showcase that this is mutually beneficial for everybody? I'd love to see you guys take a shot at that in the chats because this is a big one. How can you showcase in any given interaction or scenario that it's mutually beneficial? Great one. Tanisha, I hope I'm saying your name right. It's a beautiful name too. Great one. Who else? Love that, Helena. PBS instructor making a real case for today's MVP. And you're going to get a big gift at the end, whoever wins that. Most engaged. Step one, guys, I want you to begin to see the situation from the other person's perspective. Ooh, Emery nailed it. Beautiful. Love that. See from their perspective, right? Let's clarify our intentions. You're reaching out to somebody, you're a fan of their work because of this, you think they'd be a great fit to do business or collaborate with because of this. In addition, you think that this will be very valuable for them because of this. Right? So, for example, let's say in the beginning of the podcast, I'm reaching out to uh, Muggsy Bogues, famous basketball player, right? Or Dave Asprey invented biohacking. Anyone I'm reaching out to, right? They're very busy. Daryl Strawberry, all these people, Hollywood actors, they're very busy. So even though I might be a great guy, why are they going to stop what they're doing and collaborate with me when they're getting approached 100 times a day from everybody else? Well, number one, I'm not going to put them on such a pedestal and compliment them like it's kind of corny. No one really likes that. I'm going to tell them why I appreciate them very much, but also disarm them. Here's what I'd like to do, and here's how I think it'll be mutually beneficial. I'd love to have you on our podcast. I know that the work that you're doing right now with humanitarianism and your new movie or the stuff that you talked about with choosing yourself and authenticity would be unbelievable for our community and audience. I think this is a message the world really needs right now. Additionally, our community is so loyal and engaging. I know they're going to fall in love with your message in 2 seconds. I'd love to have them to support what you have going on and have them purchase your book, or maybe we can send them somewhere so they can support you in your endeavors as well. See, that's the difference, right? I don't just want them on my show. I want to support them with our community. And I also know that they're going to add a lot of value with what they have to say, right? So think about this, like let's use real-time examples. So I have a relationship with the chamber. Obviously, that's why we're all here together today. So what happens in this relationship? We've done several speaking engagements like this, guys, over the last couple of years. And I imagine I'm getting brought back because there's value that's coming from these. We're very engaging, high energy. We talk about strategies. Everybody seems to have a good response after and learn something, right? In addition, now I get to meet all of you amazing humans. A lot of you guys will download the podcast, maybe grab the reinvention formula. Some of you guys even, hire me for coaching and stuff like that. Now, to be clear, that's not my agenda. I genuinely just want to come in here and add value. And I love what you guys are doing. I love your message and I want to be a part of it. But when you do that from the right consciousness, there's no agenda there, and we create this consciousness where we're adding value, then great things tend to happen. If people want to go deep with me, great. And if not, worst case scenario, we have a great call and we talk about client retention, building a bigger vessel, and creating win-win scenarios. Right. And so that's one of the things, guys. Yeah. And I love what Tanisha is saying. And again, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If someone comes at you guys and they're just like complimenting you, if I'm being honest, I don't really know a better word. It's kind of corny, right? And so if you guys ever listen to my podcast when I have these big celebrities on, I love to disarm them right out the gate and just treat them like a human. That's what we all are. We're all humans on a journey trying to figure this stuff out, right? So don't butter them up too much because then you fall into the fan category and they see you as a little bit below because you're a fan. You don't want that. Now, to be clear, you want to acknowledge the great work they're doing, but you want to be seen as two great humans on great trajectories that can create some magic together. Yes or yes? Just reading some of the comments because you guys are on fire. One answer if I could use their venue to give a fundraising, then I would give them 5 acres of land. I love it. I see that you guys are applying this in real time. The best collaborations, guys, the best partnerships are when everybody's just giving it their all, adding value. Like even in a relationship, right? You never want to keep score. It's like, oh, I took out the garbage tonight, honey. Like, what have you done? Like that's not going to really get us anywhere except for resentment and arguments. And trust me, I've been there, right? But you both add value and then you create win-win scenarios. Maybe I take out the garbage. Maybe my fiance walks the dog, or she takes care of the laundry, and I don't know, I do so I go food shopping. We're both adding value. We're creating win-wins. We're not saying, oh, I did this, so you owe me that. Please don't have that in your repertoire. All right, guys. So the bottom line is win-win scenarios is the best way to create massive strategic relationships, collaborations, which can further your business and life in many ways. And the best way to do that is to not suck up to somebody, but present them with a win-win scenario, right? Where both people will benefit from the collaboration. And then magic unfolds. If you're just going to ask someone for something and not let them know how you're also going to support them in return, the person is most likely not going to be interested, right? Because we all have desires. There's that word again coming full circle. So we want to showcase that working together in some capacity will be mutually beneficial. You dig? Erica, I love it. All right, guys. So it's very, very, very important to always be adding value, right? And showcasing how you can support and help. Another question that I think is a good nugget from today, which I want you guys to take with you and put in your repertoire if you take nothing else, reaching out to your clients, community, network, your wife, husband, anyone, to say, would it help you if? So, Tony Robbins, I'd love to have you on the podcast, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'd love to have you on the podcast. Also, would it help you if? I encourage everyone to go to your next seminar. Or would it help you if I gave away a giveaway and gave away 100 of your new books, Arnold? You know what I'm saying? So now everybody feels good and feels valued and seen in the situation. So it's just a different consciousness. It's a different mindset. But this type of vibration will create magical relationships. And that's what I've done to build the network that we have. And a lot of people will tell us, I've never seen anyone build the network that you guys have in a short amount of time. And if you're asking me like my secret sauce, well, there's many. But one thing for certain is you have to create win-win scenarios. Always go the extra mile. In fact, go to the empty mile where it's never crowded. Go there and just over deliver, and you'll create win-win scenarios. And be very intentional about that as well. All right, guys, as we get near the end, I know there's about 7 minutes left. We covered a lot today. And I wanted to give it back to Helena and also open it up for any questions, Q&A, hot seat, ask me anything, apply some pressure, anything I could do to support.
Any questions? Put it in. Any thoughts? How do you get new clients? That's the reason why we are doing this. I would say networking. Well, let's go back to Craig. Let's talk about this, how to get new clients. You know what? Retention. We talk about going back to your clients because those are the best referrals if you are, doing a great job, correct? So there are things that, up from the chamber that I can assist on. When we get a lot of information, whether it's grants, loans, information on how to grow your business, we put on webinars like what Craig is doing. Forward that to your clients, because that information on how to access capital or how to get government grants or how to do business with the government, they might be looking for that. And they're sitting there saying, wow, that person, you know what? They are really interested in me growing my business. So providing that information, I think, is huge. What do you think, Craig? Just providing information to them, right?
Yeah, I love it. And also, I wanted to just tack on, if you don't mind, I'm going to give you guys on the house a 7-figure nugget right now to generate new business. Would you like that nugget? Let me know yes or yes in the chats. Okay.
You know what? Take the last 5 minutes. You don't need me to speak. You want to go over that now? A little bit of a tidbit to get everyone, an idea for that?
Yeah, sure. And then also we could take some more questions before we hop off.
Okay.
So guys, generating new business, right? The bloodline of every company. Okay. You guys are on fire in the chats. I've never seen anything like it. It's unbelievable. Number one, email database. So build an email list if you haven't already. You can start today. If you have a website or whatever, you could just tell people that you have a newsletter or you keep people informed once a quarter, whatever your thing is. Start collecting emails because guess what, guys? The social media platforms are great in 2024, but we don't own them. And one day you could wake up and Facebook could be gone, right? So the emails you actually own. So very important. It's not going anywhere. Cultivate an email database. Number two, traditional social media. I'm not sure if any of you guys are building a personal brand, but I can't stress it enough. It's what I did when I started from nothing and built CLS into multiple 7 figures in 3 years, is by social media, putting out content, adding value that really took off. Even if you don't like social media, I know not all of us do, I think I encourage you to create a healthy relationship with it and just understand that it could be a tool for you to reach more people. And I'm happy to come back, or if you guys want to ask me any questions about that as well. So email database, traditional social media. Number three, in-person gatherings, just like the chamber is having in the fall. You should all be there. In-person gatherings are an unbelievable way to network and connect with like-minded individuals, which if you go in there with the right energy, always turns into new business, right? But
can I mention something, Craig?
Please.
Which is, I don't know if, it's a generation thing. When you go to networking events, and I'm finding this all the time when we host them, bring business cards. Because not everyone is, with the technology and everything like that, scanning things. There's a lot of people are concerned about, sharing information because of, email scams and things like that for security. But just bring an extra business card to identify yourself. That's all I have to say.
I love it. Absolutely. And guys, those events, it's not enough to just go. It's what you make of it. So if you're introverted like I am, which surprises people, put on your extrovert hat for an hour and make the most of it and shake hands and exchange numbers and do business cards. Yes, guys, they're asking for our email in the chat. Just drop it in there. So number one, email database. Number two, social media. Number three, in-person gatherings. And number four, texts and calls, following up, reaching out to people. Would it help you if, hey, you and I met at this event. I'd love to collaborate, hop on a quick virtual coffee chat, see how we might be able to support each other. Reaching out to people that you already know. Hey, I'm looking to build this business. Do you know anyone that might be interested? Right? That's very important too. Texting and calls is number four. And if you guys apply that formula to generating new business, you will have new business, I promise.
Someone, I don't know if you saw this. Erica asked, can you begin nurturing any email address you receive? Is that considered spam? As long as you're upfront and you're giving the information, I wouldn't say it's spam. What do you think, Craig?
You know, it depends. I wouldn't email someone every day.
No, no, no. But
Yeah.
it's just the introduction.
Yeah, if you get a new email, you can respond, hey, welcome to the list. Super excited to get to know you a little bit better. Look forward to connecting. And then once you have, some people, whether it's once a week or once a month or twice a week, whatever your cup of tea is, just add value to them. But yeah, you just, imagine you get a lot of emails. What's too much for you? And then just apply that to how you're servicing the others as well.
Right. And also, you know what, a couple of things here, and I'm glad that Erica brought that up because I get it all the time. If you're going to send out an email, put in a signature and put information in your signature. A lot of people don't have that information, and it's very frustrating when you are connecting with someone for the first time and they don't have a telephone number or an email address that's accessible. They're going to go on to the next person. And it's very important that you check your forward or your replies, because some replies do not just have your basic information, does not have all your information.
Couldn't agree more. And I love it. And guys, I just want to let you know before we hop off today, you guys have been so engaging. It was really beautiful. If you guys want a signed copy of my book and an invitation to what we do next, just text the number at the screen. Text me your favorite takeaway from today. I'll receive it and you guys can wait. And to be honest with you, I'll probably send it to a couple people if you text. And I just want to say, it takes two to tango. And I came in here today and I had an agenda of things I want to discuss, but you guys were so present, so active. Your participation was through the roof. And I think that that's what makes for the most valuable connections like we had today. So I hope that you guys all apply the stuff that we spoke about.
Well, thank you, Craig, so much. This was great. I loved it. The energy was amazing with the group. Everyone follow Craig on all their social media, and also follow the Greater New York Chamber. If you're not on with me on LinkedIn, also follow Craig on LinkedIn. Follow myself. There's a lot of information on how to grow your business. We provide these webinars on how, for you to get insight, just, things that you probably have in the back of your head, but, it just need Craig to awaken those thoughts and to create those thoughts in a positive way to turn, that law of attraction, open up your arms and your heart. And today is going to be a great day. I would love to, send me and Craig an email on how much business that you are, open up today or close today, because we have the positive energy out there. And I think, it's going to be a great day for everyone. So thank you again for joining us. This is being recorded. It will be on Chamber TV. You can always go back for that, if you need a Craig Spiegel hi, just in that, you need that, just go back to that or follow him on his social media and his insightfulness for everyday tidbits on how to grow your business and to establish and maintain those fabulous relationships that you have. Craig, thank you again. We'll probably do this in the fall again. And we'll talk to everyone later. By the way, in-person networking next Wednesday. It's at an art gallery. Go to chamber.nyc. I think it is on 43rd Street, right a block away from the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. Next Tuesday, next week, it's supposed to be super hot again. Join us online for online networking. It's a Zoom. They're fabulous. Everyone gets a copy of the chat, the list of attendees, and you can stay in your air conditioned. Hopefully you have air conditioning. If not, go to a local library. Go and join us. It's a great opportunity for you to connect like we are all connecting today. Craig, thank you so much. Alex, thank you for putting this all together with me, and everyone that joined us today. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
And also, if you guys would like to do this in person one time, let Helena know, and we'll take some demand. And if there's there, we'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen. That's what we're all about. We could do that in the fall.
Done and
Okay.
done.
That
Love
would be
you
so
guys.
much. That would be so much fun. Do a power networking lunch and then get this going.
I would love to.
Okay, perfect. We'll set it up.
Have a great day, guys. Love you all.